We are live from the woods. Why are we here, you ask? Just because I felt like, a change of scenery. It's getting a little chilly. It was warmer earlier, but I got a little caught up doing my makeup. So we're here now, and I'm going to be here for about 20 minutes or less because I have something to do shortly. So we are going to decode the Bad Bunny Super Bowl halftime show, the most viewed Super Bowl halftime show in all of the land, forever, of all time. Por los siglos y los siglos, amén. So we're going to talk about it. And I just wanted to start off by saying that it was so beautiful, high vibrational energy, not demonic, not satanic, so I just wanted to lead with that. So there was a lot of symbolism. There were a lot of hints and clues and direct references. It was a big fusion of cultures through music, through the people, and we're just going to get straight into the imagery. So let's start off with how he opens up the show. So, he goes by the name Bad Bunny. That's his stage name. However, when the show opened, it said, his full name. Now, you guys know Latins have first name, middle name, mom's last name, daddy's last name. Okay, he had about 4 names up there. Okay, and all of them were correct. So he presented himself as himself, his full self, his mama, his daddy, him, and that was a big thing. So that set the stage that this is his identity. He is not showing up as Bad Bunny. He's showing up as himself, his last name, right, which comes from his family. Sorry for the noise, guys. So that was a big deal. And then, the opening scene where he shows his name is going over the sugarcane plantation. So that was sugarcane that you see in the opening scene. And sugarcane was similar. Hi, Elias Jensen. Hi, how are you guys? So he goes over the sugarcane. And sugarcane has a very dark history as far as exploiting people, Latin people, African, Caribbean people. And it goes back very, very far back in history, back to the Dutch. I don't know if it was like the 1500s. So yeah, exploitation of labor, but heavily a part of people's ancestry. There's people my age now that remember their grandparents and their uncles traveling just to go work on the sugarcane plantations to make money, because that's what was available. So that was a direct reference to that. And sugarcane has, like I said, it amassed so much wealth for the countries that were exploiting the people. But at the same time, there was 2 sides of that coin, because it's a part of the culture, and people worked long hours, and that was labor. That's what they did. That's what they worked doing to make money, and it's a part of them. So they had the machetes. That's what they used to cut down the sugarcane. So that's one direct reference. And then you see him when he has his back turned to the camera. You see that he's wearing it's like the shoulder pads and like the quarterback, and he's holding the ball. So he's the quarterback, right? And you see his jersey in the back. It says his last name, Ocasio, and then the number 64. So that would be a direct reference to his late uncle, who used to play football. And it's his family name, right? He's carrying his family name on the field as he's in the sugarcane field. Okay. So that was very nice, right? Again, solidifying his identity. First, he stated his whole name. Now, he's carrying his family name, paying homage to his uncle that used to play football while he's in the Super Bowl halftime show headlining it. It's like a huge full circle moment. That was so beautiful. And that's just the opening scene. So there's a lot of imagery, a lot of symbolism. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get through it all, but I'm going to try. So then, oh, thank you so much, Armando, for subscribing to my channel. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. So overall, there was about 7 different genres of music that were played during his halftime show. So this is important because Bad Bunny started off as like a trap, reggaeton, rap, Puerto Rican artist, right? Very urban. However, reggaeton is a lot of genres put together. It's reggae, it's rap, you know, you got the island, you got the Caribbean fusion. So there's that. Very urban lyrics though. Then you see the salsa when Lady Gaga comes on. And then it's sort of like a ballad that Ricky Martin sings. And then you have the orchestra, the strings, the violins. So that's classical music. So he fused a lot of different genres of music, and he did that intentionally. Bad Bunny is very intentional with everything that he does. He's very smart. He's a student of music, and he knows what he's doing. So the reason that he did that is, again, he's not just a reggaeton artist, right? And remember, the whole concept is Latin America, Latin people, the fusion of all of these cultures together that represent America, the Americas. So let's talk a little bit about salsa, the salsa element. So Lady Gaga sings the salsa version of Die With a Smile. First, why was Lady Gaga even included in it? Well, good question. Bad Bunny and Lady Gaga are besties. Bad Bunny absolutely loves Lady Gaga. He loves her career. He has been following her career for a long time. And both Bad Bunny and Lady Gaga are big advocates for the LGBTQ plus community. That's one. Number two, I think she did represent the Caucasian female artist to include people, which was very nice, especially a big, huge star like Lady Gaga. And she's very talented. Her voice is absolutely magnificent. She's, like I said, talented. She plays the piano. She sings beautifully, right? Like, you can't go wrong with including Lady Gaga in your show. Like, come on. She did not steal the show, and she did that intentionally. Like, she was there for him. You could tell in the way that she presented herself, and she sang the song. She was very proud of him and being a part of the show. You can just tell that in the body language. Now back to the salsa element. Salsa literally translates to sauce. So sauce, hi Jefferson DeRosa, sauce has a lot of ingredients. So salsa goes back to Willie Colon, Hector Lavoe, Puerto Ricans, and salsa, the genre of salsa was a fusion of the African drums, of jazz, right? And the way that you dance it, it's like a cumbia, but it's not a cumbia, it's salsa. It's like something different, right? Salsa is not always fast. Sometimes it's more slow and, you know, it's melodic, right? Salsa has the African drums, and drums have a long history. So the drums come from, I like to say freedom seekers because I don't like to say African slaves, but we have to call a spade because, you know, that's what it was in history. So the slaves would create drums out of empty barrels, wooden barrels, and animal skins. They would stretch it over the drums, put some strings around it, you know, stretch it out, and they would tap the drums while they were on the plantations. So depending on the speed of the taps, that would be an alert to the other people that were around them, whether it be like, hey, be on the lookout, hey, run, hey, someone's coming nearby, you know. And those drums were included in salsa, in the genre of salsa. So Lady Gaga sings the salsa. And then also there's a part where Bad Bunny is on the little house, La Casita, and it's right before he falls into the inside of the house. He's on the roof, and then he falls, he collapses. So right, you gotta listen to it. Now when you rewatch the show, you're gonna hear it. It's faint, but you're gonna hear it. He says single, and then he doesn't say anything, but you hear the music, and you hear Celia Cruz, Kimbara. Celia Cruz, the queen of salsa. If you have never seen who Celia Cruz is, look her up. Cuban. She was a queen of salsa, and heavy, heavy African influence in her music, right? Kimbara, the name of that song, it doesn't mean anything. Kimbara doesn't mean anything. It's not a word that has a meaning to it. What it does, though, is sounds like the tapping of the drums. Kimbara, 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 right? So it's beautiful. My name. Okay, hi, thank you so much, Uriel. I'm from Brasilia. Saludos, muchas gracias. Thank you so much. So that's a beautiful song, by the way. If you have never heard Celia Cruz's Kimbara, listen to it after you watch this video. Oh my God, I listen to that song every single day, you guys, not gonna lie. It's like one of my morning spirituals. It is so beautiful. Oh my God, it lifts my spirits every single day. It is gorgeous. So the fact that the Queen of Salsa was included in his show, especially that song, was beautiful. Because in what's included in his halftime show is eh mama, like it's so beautiful. So obviously mama means mother, so one could say, like the mother of salsa, Celia Cruz, right, the queen of salsa. So it was beautiful. That was a very beautiful moment. What else? Okay, Ricky Martin. Now people thought it was super random, like okay, Ricky Martin, I see you. For people that don't know Spanish or didn't catch what he was singing a song titled "What Happened to Hawaii." ¿Qué le pasó a Hawaii? ¿Qué pasó a Hawaii? So the lyrics that he's singing are talking about how there's colonization and gentrification going on in Hawaii. How they wanted to take their culture, how they wanted to take the rivers, how they wanted to take the water. He's like, and then he's saying, I don't want the same thing that happened to Hawaii to happen to Puerto Rico. So Ricky Martin is also a Puerto Rican artist. So there's that part. That was really deep. Another part that was very deep, and I believe it did have like a couple of meanings to it, is the light posts, the electrical posts. So you see the people going up the electrical post, and then you see the blackout, right? Like the sparks fly. So that is a direct reference to the company Luma. And Luma is, like the electrical company in Puerto Rico. During that scene, Bad Bunny is singing El Apagón. El Apagón directly translates to the blackout. So there are frequent blackouts in Puerto Rico, which leave people without electricity for hours, days, weeks on end. So during the hurricane that they had, they didn't have electricity on the island for like 3 weeks. So that was a direct reference there. And then also the last time when they had that big hurricane in Puerto Rico, they were requesting help from the United States, Puerto Rico being a commonwealth of the United States, but they were not given help. So they were in a blackout, right? So that was a direct reference there. And then Bad Bunny, he's going up the post with no he was just up there, like he didn't have any strings, no nothing. no ropes tied to him. He was up there, and while he was up there, ooh baby, he was singing. Okay, he was saying a lot of stuff. He was basically saying how everyone wants to be Latin, but not everyone has the seasoning for it. Damn. Okay, listen. That was probably okay. Fine. That was a little bit of a fuck you. Not gonna lie, but it was a gentle fuck you. Okay, he's like, everyone wants to be Latino, but not everybody has a seasoning, and that means not you don't got it in you. It's got to be in you, not on you, right? So that was a cool scene. There was also a scene where Bad Bunny is a pickup truck. He's on the roof, and then he's got all the people on the ground around him. So if you look closely, and if you remember the scene of the music video for Beyonce, she was directly referencing Katrina, Hurricane Katrina, and how the water was high and she was on top of the police car. So I believe that was a direct reference to that, how Beyonce was referencing Hurricane Katrina and how that affected the people of New Orleans, and then Bad Bunny, how the hurricane had directly affected the people of Puerto Rico and they weren't given aid, right? There's that. There was also a part that was really cute. You see the three young ladies. One of them has hair. Her hair is on a certain hairstyle that reminds me of Left Eye. Lisa Left Eye Lopez. And then the other one with the curly hair, she kind of reminds me of T-Boz. And then the other one, obviously, Chili. So that reminded me of the three little women. It could have been 3LW, a direct reference, or just in general, like 3LW, TLC, or, just three little girls that you would see in a cartoon, a show for, younger women. So I thought that was really cute because, they're just being themselves. They're absolutely beautiful. They got the attitude, right? They got the swag. That was really cute. Okay, so then we have the violins. So he's going through that tunnel and now he's singing Monaco. And then that's where he has the violins. So the reason that he chose to have the violins is because like I said, he had a lot of different genres of music included in his show to show that he is a versatile artist. Also, the elevation. He's not just a reggaeton urban artist. He has elevated, right? So that's why he has the strings there, the orchestra, a completely different element, right? Oh, thank you so much, Brenda Watt. I appreciate you. Thank you so much for subscribing. And then it's really cool. If you guys know me, I'm from Chicago. The conductor of the orchestra is actually from Chicago. So he was actually Giancarlo, the conductor. He was given notice that Bad Bunny wanted to include him very close to the date, very close to the Super Bowl show. So that was really cool that he was included. He's Latin, and it was really nice that he added that element. It kind of brought down the music a little bit. It was like it definitely transported you from urban, reggaeton, party to classical elevation. Hey, come back, focus. And while Bad Bunny is going again through that tunnel, the way that he's moving towards the camera, he's got the strings on both sides, and then he's telling the camera, hey, I believe in yourself. The reason that I'm here is because I believe in myself. So it definitely gravitates you towards his words. And then also he does that while he's performing Monaco. Monaco is obviously on the other side of the pond, right? It's on the other side of the world. So what does that symbolize? Global, international. He's no longer just a local reggaeton urban artist. He is international. He can do a lot of things. So that was very smart. That was very strategic, beautiful. Let's see, what else do we have here? So when he goes through the, he's on top of La Casita, the little house, and that house, there's an actual house that looks just like it in Puerto Rico. So it just looks like a regular, it's a common house. Like this is a regular house that you would see in Puerto Rico, but it's just like, oh my God, yeah, this is just like the house that I just drove past, right? So it's very identifying. Sorry about the helicopter, guys. So then he collapses into the house, and then that's when he gives the Grammy to the little boy. And then the little boy is meant to symbolize or represent Bad Bunny's younger self. So there's a photo of Bad Bunny wearing that exact same outfit that the little boy was wearing. So Bad Bunny is just like giving that, grown Bad Bunny is giving little Bad Bunny his Grammy, right? Because he believed in himself. It's a full circle moment. It's okay, puppy. My dog's whining. It's okay. Ya nos vamos. So there's that. And then what else am I missing? Oh, how could I forget? The wedding. So the wedding was so beautiful. And why did he include the wedding? Well, number one, yes, he did have that couple come, and that was a real wedding that took place. That couple had invited Bad Bunny to their wedding, but he was unable to come. But then the couple was invited on a Zoom meeting with Bad Bunny's team. They agreed to it. They thought it was a little odd. They agreed to the Zoom meeting, and then that's when they were invited to have their wedding at Bad Bunny's show. So when they found that out, they agreed to it. Stop, puppy. They canceled all their wedding plans, and they said we're getting married at the Super Bowl with Bad Bunny. So Latins are known for partying, celebration, family, unity, music, food, love, right? So a wedding, absolutely a wedding, like a quinceañera, backyard, whatever, a 1-year-old's birthday party, we're having parties, okay? So a wedding was beautiful, and it was a ceremony, right? So this is something, a ceremony is definitely a higher level, right? It's not just a birthday party, it's a ceremony. So that was really nice, celebrating love, celebrating unity, celebrating family, and everyone breaks out dancing. They cut the cake indulgence, right? When you eat cake, you're eating something that was specially prepared for this date. While everyone's dancing and he's walking through the crowd, you see the different dynamics. You see the little girl dancing with her grandfather, which was so sweet. And then you see that little boy that was sleeping across the 3 chairs, typical Latin situation, right? At a party, it's 3 a.m., the party is still going. The band is literally playing 5 feet away from where the kid is sleeping, and the kid is sound asleep. Like, he is not bothered, okay? These kids are different, okay? So that was really cool. That was the symbolism behind that. And yeah, you guys, obviously there was the paying homage to Tego Calderon, Daddy Yankee, which was really cool. The Marqueta. So the Marqueta is a store that has been around for a very long time, owned by Puerto Ricans, I believe, in New York. And then there's also the lady that owns the social club, the first social club. She was a Puerto Rican lady, first social club in New York. So that was a big deal. And then, big homage that he pays to New York, because that's a big melting pot of all the cultures. You got the dancing, you got people just having fun, right? Just enjoying life. And he just throws himself into the crowd, just like falls into it, ready to be immersed, right? So it was a really cool halftime show. And something else that I'd like to add is that Latins are known for, the Latin culture is known for bright colors, bright yellow, bright blue, baby blue, color of the ocean, red, right? Bold colors. It was very interesting that everyone wore muted colors like a cream. So I thought that was very interesting, but it was also obviously very strategic and intentional, because towards the end, when all the flags come out, it's like, this is what I want you to focus on. These are the colors that I want you to focus on, the colors of the flags. And that was beautiful. So we're closing off with this. All the countries that he named were in North America, Central America, South America. The common denominator is America, right? So he definitely did give a history lesson and a geographical lesson when he named all of those countries, because they are all part of what? America. That's why he said on the football, this is America. Let me see. And he named all the countries, such as, and then some people were like, oh, how come that got included, talking about Haiti and talking about Jamaica and Canada? Again, history. Haiti had a lot to do to basically set the way, or pave the way for other countries of big Spanish influence to be freed. Jamaica, heavily influenced by the Spanish. Now remember, Spanish comes from, okay, the Spanish come from Spain, right? Like across the pond. So, and there's an actual town in Jamaica called Spanish Town. So yes, heavy Spanish, Latin, heavy Spanish influence on both Haiti and Jamaica. So that's why he included those countries as well. All right, guys. Well, I'm heading back inside because it got chilly. I appreciate my new subscribers. Thank you guys so much. Comment, like, subscribe, share once this video is over. I do go live on TikTok almost every night. I do read bedtime stories to people. Right now we're reading Arabian Nights, people like that. I've been reading La Herencia de Orquídea Divina, but that one's in English, and Guardianas. So that is about doulas in countries that don't have that much, or parts of countries that don't have that much access to medical facilities, and it just talks about how they assist in births. All right, guys. Well, thank you so much for being here with me. I hope you like this video. Comment, like, subscribe, rewatch the Super Bowl halftime show. Now that you watch this video, you cannot unsee or unhear this. Now that you have this information, I hope that you approach the Super Bowl halftime show with more of an open heart and appreciation, because it definitely was high vibrational, high energy, inclusivity. Hey, we're just here to love. Hey, we're just here to be ourselves. We work hard, y'all. We've been through it. Okay, we feel the struggle. We understand. There is a fusion, okay, of cultures going on here. And yeah, that's the message that I got from the halftime show. All right, guys. Thank you so much. Love you. Bye.